everyone, welcome to Learning Literature with Purva. In today's video, we are going to discuss the Age of Enlightenment, also called the Age of Reason, which is a very important part of the history of English literature. At first, we are going to look at the historical background of the age, then we will look at the literary features of the age, followed by the major writers of the Age of Enlightenment. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe to it and hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. So the 18th century, 1700 to 1800, is known as the Age of Enlightenment or the Age of Reason. During this age, rational thought, logical reasoning was given a lot of importance. People focused on thinking, on reasoning, and this time was also powered by scientific discoveries such as scientific discoveries by Isaac Newton. So the Age of Enlightenment also gave way to a new literary movement called the Neoclassicism, which was influenced by the scientific thoughts of Isaac Newton. Now, for the ease of understanding, we can divide the Age of Enlightenment into two halves. So the first half, that is 1700 to 1750, is known as the Augustan Age or the Neoclassical Age or the Age of Pope. The English writers of this age used to imitate the classical Roman writers who were writing during the reign of King Augustus. Therefore, it is called the Augustan Age and Neoclassical Age. And it is called the Age of Pope because Alexander Pope was a major writer of this period. The second half of the Age of Enlightenment, that is 1750 to 1798, is often known as the Age of Transition or Pre-Romanticism. And this time was influenced by the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution. So now we will take a look at the historical background of the Age of Enlightenment. Number 1. Rise of the political parties. By the year 1700, the two political parties, Whig and Tory, were in everyone's daily conversation. The Whig Party fought for the personal freedom of people in England, whereas the Tory Party believed in the divine right of the king. Number 2. Political Acts. In 1707, there was an Act of Union in which Scotland merged with England, therefore resulting in the formation of the Great Britain. In 1737, there was a Licensing Act which tried to control and censor theatre. It was an act of hostility towards drama and theatre. As a result, the English writers started writing novels. In 1798, Ireland also became a part of the Great Britain. Number 3. Scientific Revolution. Although the scientific revolution began in the Elizabethan age with Francis Bacon, it took the center stage in the Age of Enlightenment. So the key figures of the scientific revolution are Isaac Newton, Galileo, Kepler, Copernicus, and John Locke. Number 4. Change in the religious views. So earlier, people believed that Earth is in the center of the universe because God loves Earth the most. But Copernicus revealed that Sun is in the center of the universe. So that made people challenge the authority and views of the church. People also stopped believing in magic and supernatural power because of the laws of nature that were discovered by Isaac Newton. People started questioning the existence of God. People started believing in deism, which means that God does not interfere in the matters of human beings. People started believing that God is a watcher, not a doer. Now that we have discussed the historical background of the Age of Enlightenment, let's take a look at the literary features of the age. Number 1. Prose flourished. The Age of Enlightenment is also called the Age of Prose and Reason because prose flourished during this age. As people were more concerned about rational thought and logical thinking, prose developed. Number 2. Rise of novel. Due to the Licensing Act of 1737, writers started switching from drama to novel. As a result, there were many novelists during this period. Number 3. Political writing became popular. So the rise of the two political parties, Whig and Tory, resulted in the popularity of political writing. Because all the writers of this age had political opinions, none of them were free from political bias. As a result, this period was a golden period for political writing. Political pamphlets became very popular. Number 4. Clubs and coffee houses. The Age of Enlightenment saw the development of coffee houses and political clubs. They became an important part of social life. Writers started meeting in coffee houses, which also led to the development of magazines. And the two most popular political clubs during the Age of Enlightenment are the Scriblerus Club and the Kit Kat Club. Number 5. Periodical writing. There were many magazines during the Age of Enlightenment, such as The Examiner, Tatler, Spectator, Guardian, and Rambler. These magazines were run by prose writers such as Jonathan Swift, Richard Still, Joseph Addison, and Samuel Johnson. Number 6. Satires. The Age of Enlightenment was the period of writing satires. So writers wrote satires to attack human vices and follies. Alexander Pope's The Dunciad and Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal are the greatest satires written during the Age of Enlightenment. Number 7. Dictionaries. The Age of Enlightenment was when writers started publishing dictionaries. Samuel Johnson published the Dictionary of English Language in 1755. So now that we have looked at the literary features of the Age of Enlightenment, it is time to take a look at the major writers of the age. Number 1. Alexander Pope. As this age is also called the Age of Pope, it can be understood that Alexander Pope is a major writer of this period. Alexander Pope wrote many of his works in heroic couplet. The most notable works of Alexander Pope are The Rape of the Lock, The Dunciad, Epistle to Dr. Arbuthnot, An Essay on Man, and Essay on Criticism. Number 2. Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift was a great prose writer and a satirist. His most notable works are The Battle of the Books, The Tale of a Tub, Gulliver's Travels, and A Modest Proposal. Number 3. Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe wrote both fiction and political pamphlets. His most notable works are The Shortest Way with the Dissenters, Robinson Crusoe, Moll Flanders, and Roxana. Next we have on our list Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson is another very important writer of the Age of Enlightenment. This age is often called the Age of Johnson. The most notable works of Samuel Johnson are London, The Vanity of Human Wishes, Rasselas, The Dictionary of English Language, and The Lives of the Poets. Next we have Samuel Richardson, a novelist of the Enlightenment age who became popular due to his novel Pamela. Next we have Henry Fielding. Henry Fielding is another prominent novelist of the Age of Enlightenment, known for his works such as Tom Jones, Joseph Andrews, and Amelia. Oliver Goldsmith. He was a transitional poet who wrote in the second half of the Age of Enlightenment. His notable works are The Traveller and the Deserted Village. He also wrote a very famous play called She Stoops to Conquer. Next is Thomas Gray. He was also another transitional poet who wrote in the second half of the Age of Enlightenment. He is known for his famous poem Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard. Finally, we have William Blake. He was a pre-romantic poet, and it is his poetry that gave way to the next stage, which is the Romantic Age. And his notable works are Songs of Innocence, Songs of Experience, Marriage of Heaven and Hell, Vision of Daughters of Albion, The Auguries of Innocence, Milton, a poem in 2 books. So these are the major writers of the Age of Enlightenment. So that's it for today's video. In the next video in the History of English Literature series, we will be talking about the Romantic Age. So if you found this video helpful, then do like it and share with your friends. I'll be back next week with a brand new video on a literary work. Till then, stay tuned to Learning Literature with Purva, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also stay connected on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to be a member of Learning Literature with Purva, then click on the blue join button. And thank you so much for watching.